Was it love at first sight? Boss The Scent Elixir. Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, we are heading to the scent bar live. Well, not live because you're watching it on YouTube, but we're heading unedited. Why? There's a couple of reasons. Because it's my 20th wedding anniversary and Mrs. Seasons is back there making me a sandwich, and we need to get on out and have a bit of a day, have a bit of an afternoon. Today's content is about Boss The Scent Elixir. Was it love at first sniff? No, it wasn't. We're a year on from its release, and has my relationship with Boss The Scent Elixir got any better? Well, we're going to find out today. We're going to ask those questions. Do I like this fragrance? And what am I going to pick for this important scent of the day? Stick around. This is going to be uncut. I am determined to put daily content out there, and the only way I can do it, guys, for you fragrance lovers, is by doing the odd video unedited, because it's taking up so much time. There's not going to be any fancy overlays on this one. There's going to be mistakes, so bear with me, and thank you for joining here at Mr. Season's Scent Bar. Now look, I know a few things about some fragrances, and I like Boss fragrances in general. They brought out some bangers. I rant and rave about this one, Boss Bottled Absolu, a great winter fragrance. And yes, I like Boss Citrus, Boss Bottled Bold Citrus. Get your words out, Mr. Seasons. Yeah, I like it. It doesn't perform massively, but Boss have brought out some really good fragrances. And last year, my mother gifted me this one, Boss The Scent Elixir. Thank you, Mother. It was a birthday gift. And when I first smelled it, I've got to be perfectly honest, I wasn't blown away. Very sweet, super sweet, and yeah, I was sitting on the fence with it, and I think we were coming towards the end of winter, and I didn't have many occasions to wear it. I'm going to sit myself down, get myself a bit more comfortable. Didn't have many occasions to wear this one, and it's kind of been sat on the shelf behind ever since. But the other day, the weather turned a bit cooler, and we had the fire on, and I thought to myself, I've tried a lot of these fragrances now, and I saw this one on the bottom shelf, and I thought to myself, maybe I should pick this one up again. And I did, and I've analysed it in a bit more detail, and I want to go over it with you guys, and I want to tell you my final thoughts on this fragrance, because now you can pick this up on discounters for about 60, 70 quid, which is not a bad price. It's obviously been out now for a year. I'm going to pick up let me get it. I'm just reaching behind. As I say, this is going to be unedited, guys. We're at nearly 3 minutes. Do bear with me. I'm aiming to get this under 10 minutes. I think we'll achieve that, to be fair. Got a test strip. Let's spray this on. Let's get, well, potentially seasoned. But first, I'm going to tell you guys what the notes are that I pick up. Here we go. From a real mature middle-aged guy with about 200 plus fragrances, I'm just going to tell you it as it is. I'm not a professional. I keep saying that in my videos. Please do check out the other content, because I've been putting on some daily content recently. Oh, that's a bit bad. To try and boost the channel. And it seems to be working. We're getting a bit of a ray of glimmer of sunshine or hope at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully it'll get better. We're getting a few more comments going, a few more likes, and that's what it's all about. Watch time and likes and comments. I'm quite new to YouTube. Been doing a lot of shorts. Probably should have focused more on the videos. Ooh, super sweet. And there's actually only 3 notes in this fragrance, and it's not that complicated. On paper, that is. If you look up on Fragrantica, all you're going to see in this fragrance is pepper, lavender, and sandalwood. I think it's sandalwood or cedarwood. It's a light wood, it's not a dark wood. They're the 3 notes that are in this fragrance on paper, but up the old Nostradamus, it's a different ball game. It's a different ball bag. It's much more complex than that. It's much sweeter. It's much darker. It's much more lively than the 3 notes that are on Fragrantica. So it just goes to prove you can't always read a book by the cover. I think that's what it is. So yeah, we're a year on. I've picked it up again. I've worn it. And do I like it? Well, I'll tell you what I did notice, and I need to silence my phone there because that's going to be making a load of noise. Let's silence that. I am determined to do this unedited. Will it happen? Stick with me. But yeah, I wore this in front of the fire, And I thought to myself, do you know what? This is quite a warming fragrance. The peppery notes, the richness, the sweetness. It's very it has an opulence of a finer gentleman, a wealthy smell about it. And I thought, I get it now. It's taken me a year, but I think I'm getting it. I'm finally getting it, by heck. And I wore it that evening. I quite enjoyed it. And I noticed the next morning, I could still smell it. So the longevity is excellent. The projection, Mrs. Seasons walked in the room. She said, oh, what's that smell? It's quite nice. She thought it was very sweet as well. But you do get what I think is a nice, wealthy, rich, sweet sniff up the Nostradamus. And you get good longevity. And I think I'm starting to quite literally warm to this. Will I pick it as today's scent of the day? Well, and I'm going to check my notes quickly before we sign off on this video and make the final decision to make sure I haven't missed anything important. Because normally I would cut these videos, but as I say, I'm determined not to do this with this one. We've talked about the scent profile breakdown. We've talked about longevity, good longevity. It's not beast mode, but it's good. It's very good. 8+ hours, easy. We talked about performance in cooler weather. It's definitely a warmer weather, a colder weather fragrance. See, I would have edited that bit out. But yeah, it's a colder weather fragrance for sure. And that's probably why I've picked it up, because we're getting into autumn now. There was a cold night a few nights ago and I fancied something a bit warming, and I find this warming. Pop it in the comments though. Have you got this? Because a lot of you guys out there will already have this fragrance. Have you got it? Do you agree? Do you think this is a cold weather fragrance? I personally do. I don't think I'd be gravitating towards this in the warmer months or warmer climates. So that's my opinion on that. I'm checking the notes again quickly. Against other fragrances, it stacks up relatively well. It certainly has a Boss bottled Absolu performance, which again is another great Boss fragrance, which I like in the winter months. And which one would I prefer? Well, time will tell. Will I pick this one this winter, or will I mix it up? They're two completely different fragrances, to be fair. This is leathery incense and much more darker and manly and gnarly. This is a tad more potentially feminine leaning. Pop it in the comments whether you agree with that as well. I would say so. Let me put this bottle down here. And what's the other things? Final thoughts and scent of the day. I think we're at the end of it, guys. 7.5 minutes, and I think I've done it unedited. Pop it in the comments. Do you like these unedited videos? Should I do more of them? Just literally off the cuff like that. I'm going to turn you guys around to have a look at the scent bar before we sign off. If the camera's going to work. Yeah, there's the scent bar. Pop it in the comments if there's any fragrances that you can see that you would like me to try next. I'm going to give you my final verdict on this fragrance in a tickety-boo. There's the scent bar as it is in all its glory. Lots of fragrances. See if there's any that you spot that you want me to talk about next. And what should I pick up next? Don't know what fragrances are coming out. There's the new one from Bleu de Chanel, Exclusive. Didn't manage to get that one, guys. I went to the shop in Boots and the darn cabinet was locked, which is rather annoying, and there was no one around to help, which was even more annoying because normally they're like flies around poo. They're normally all over you, aren't they, in the shops, but there was no one there, so I didn't get chance to try it. Anyway, that's enough waffling. We're at 8.5 minutes. Boss The Scent Elixir. Am I going to wear it as my scent of the day on this day, our 20th wedding anniversary? But no, I do love Mrs. Seasons with all my heart. And we're going to, I think, go out for a little bit of a meal. But does this warrant being worn? I will have to change my top, I think. Yes, guys, I'm going to wear it as my scent of the day. Let's get seasoned. I think I've kind of taken to it. I literally do think, I don't need loads of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully you've stuck to the end of this video. 4 sprays there. I normally go for 10 sprays. I'm going to do 1, oh, I've missed that one. 1, missed that one as well, not doing very well here. Another one, there's 6. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with about 6 sprays. 1 on each arm, 4 up top. I'm feeling good. 1 on the back, by the way, to give that sillage, that scent trail. Hope you enjoyed that short video. We've managed to do it in about 10 minutes. Unbelievable, unedited. Now I've just got to do the thumbnail. Until the next time, get on out there, keep on sniffing, and please do like, comment, consider subscribing, all the usual stuff to grow this baby, and let's get some fragrance lovers on board. Right, that's Mr. Seasons signing out with Boss The Scent Elixir. Bye-bye. Bang on 10 minutes. We'll have to wait 2 seconds. Yeah, 10.